175.
Mechanical. Right, got my work cut out now.
Where is it? Oh, holy.
Now then, when we think of fast bikes, we instantly think of a time trial or triathlon bike. A bike designed to cheat the wind and get us from point A to B as quickly as possible. But there's a relatively new bike on the scene that kind of blurs those lines a little bit. It's the e-bike, and you probably guessed where I'm going with this one. Can I, on my trusty triathlon bike, take on an e-bike with a motor? Well, it's time to find out, because I've invited none other than Steve Jones from EMBN along. How are you feeling, Steve?
Very, very nervous. I think the key word there, Mark, was cheat the wind, because some people would actually consider this bike as a cheat bike full stop, right? But ultimately, you know, my background is downhill racing, and you're in the red for 5 to 6 minutes, so it actually depends on the course that you've chosen today.
Well, I can spill that it is a relatively long uphill, but I think there's enough doubt in my mind, because the gradient isn't that severe, that I think you might have an advantage in places. Now, I do want to know what I'm up against here, because you've brought quite a weapon along.
Yeah, so I've got a specialised Creo SL. It's got a 250 watt motor in there. That's 250 watts maximum. 320 watt hour battery, weighs in at 12 kilos. You're going to get personal here, me, aren't you?
I am. I do need to know.
I'm 95 kilos. So
combined weight of around 107. Yeah. Okay.
But going back to what I said a minute ago about the cheater bike, the cheat in the wind bike, ultimately, your heart rate will be shown. So the effort you put in is the effort you put in, really, isn't it? Doesn't matter whether it's got a motor or no motor.
Well, I've brought to this fight my Felt IA triathlon bike. It is obviously designed to go fast and to cheat the wind. It's fully equipped with SRAM Red E-Tap, and I've got NV65 deep section wheels on there. It weighs in at 9 kilograms. Myself, I'm 73 kilograms, so it is lighter, but it's all about power to weight today. I mean, you are going to be putting out at points well in excess of 450 watts, which I certainly can't sustain. It's going to be really interesting.
I hope I can put out, you know, that extra 200 watts for the length of the hill, but I think there's going to be a strategy involved, isn't there? There'll definitely be profit and loss involved, whatever the shape of the hill. But look, what a spot to do it in.
Absolutely. Well, on that note, I think it's best we take a look at the course. We'll be starting from the small market town of Hay-on-Wye in Herefordshire. The route is roughly 8.5 kilometres long, with over 450 metres of elevation gain. That's an average gradient of around 6%, but with some sections kicking up to over 15%. Most of the elevation gain actually happens in the first 2/3 of the climb before levelling out towards the end. Well, Steve, you've seen the course now. What do you think? How do you reckon this one's going to play out?
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? I think there's going to be a point, there's going to be a tipping point where the e-bike might be faster than the TT bike. I think there's going to be profit and loss all the way up this hill, and judging by the gradient, it seems to me that I need to get ahead of you before the top part of the course, because this bike cuts out at 25 kilometres an hour, so after that it's under my own steam. So, and it probably will be steam, I'm sure. So I need to get ahead, basically. It's as simple as that.
It's an interesting one as well, because typically this bike comes into its own at speeds in excess of 15 kilometres an hour. That's when aerodynamics really starts to come into play. So I kind of need to be going above 15 kilometres an hour where I can. But then, yeah, like you say, I then need to be going above 25k an hour, because that's the only way I'm going to catch you or get ahead of you on some of these sections.
So let me chuck this one in there then. What about you sort of tucking behind me, possibly on certain sections?
I'm not going to give away all my game plans.
What about me tucking behind you in certain sections as well?
This is going to be interesting, isn't it? Because if I'm tucking in, that means I'm going to have to put out some serious power to keep up.
What about the headwind? I mean, there's lots of factors.
Well, Steve, we're just going to have to find out.
I think it is way, way too tight to call this one.
Let's go give it a go. You ready, Steve? No. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Is that your 25k an hour?
No, you've got to be joking. Oh, man. I wanted to get 100 metres ahead of Mark, but this is where he's going to be above 25k for definite. Be tight.
Mechanical. Right, got my work cut out now. Come on. Oh my goodness.
Where is it? Oh, holy shit.
Oh, I don't know how sustainable this is. Over 350 watts. Quite a long time now.
Oh, that's it. Is that the end? Oh, please tell me that's the end. Oh. Another 200 metres. Oh. Dude, fair play. That's exactly as we thought, right?
Oh. All right, mate. Wow. That was a horrible, horrible effort, but Steve, congratulations. You are the winner. The e-bike came out victorious today.
Yeah, but you say that. I mean, it pretty much was as we discussed at the start. You know, we knew it was going to be a game of profit and loss from the beginning because gradual start and that punchy climb in the middle.
Well, I knew that. I went off quite hard and I heard you panicking, but I knew you're going to come flying back past me as soon as it kicked up,
well,
which you did.
I had to because, like I said, this bike cuts out 25 kilometres an hour. And as I was going along the top there, I was constantly looking back, where's Threlfall, where's Threlfall? Because you get about 25k and then it's my own effort and then all of a sudden the sweat is coming down like it's raining onto the top tube and you had a mechanical look, come on.
I had a slight mechanical, total human error, which was frustrating because I was on your wheel at the time. Admittedly, you were going to pull away on the climb and I was already putting out about 500, 600 watts at that point and you were pulling away. But I think you still would have had it because it was, yeah, you were riding very well there. And you know what? I mean, I averaged 351 watts there. Yeah. That is an all-out effort for me for that kind of duration. I couldn't have gone any harder and there was still a sizable gap at the top. I mean, Steve, you should bring your e-bike out more. We could get some lovely rides together.
Do you know what? I think that's the biggest compliment I ever had on a bike. I was riding well on the bike. I don't think I've been told that before. Do you know what's quite telling? My heart rate, sort of 175, 180. And I guess, and what was yours on that climb?
It was similar, actually, yeah.
So, you know, differences in fitness levels and age and all that, but ultimately we could actually go for a beautiful ride on a great bit of road, right?
Maybe not as hard next time, hey? Well, I hope you guys out there have enjoyed today's video. If so, please do give it a like for our sake because of the effort we put in today. But also make sure you give our channel a follow over on social media and subscribe just down below.